Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us on Moms in the Move. It is 2021.
Whoop, whoop. Finally.
Well, finally, yeah. It's been a long year.
It has been.
365 days, which has actually felt like 3,650 days.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Who are you?
What's that
You
mean?
didn't give your name.
I'm Jen Wells.
I'm Ashley Steigerwald. You're like, I don't know, existential crisis. Who am I?
Who am I? It's a deep conversation. Do you have any goals this year?
I do.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I don't. What are yours?
Really? You don't have any goals?
Some. Okay. You go. What are
Okay. I'm starting small. So I know a lot of people have like strong feelings about resolutions.
Yeah,
They're like,
I'm one of
resolutions are
them.
trash. But I do think it's important to kind of take a reflection moment at the beginning of the year and say, where was I last year? Where do I want to go this year? And usually I make like these really big, like overarching goals. Like I'm going to do all these amazing things.
Right.
And then I get to April and I was like, I'm going to sit on the couch and watch Netflix.
I'm going to change out of my daytime pajamas.
Into my nighttime
My
pajamas.
nighttime pajamas. That's my goal.
So I decided this year I'm just going to pick like really small things that hopefully like I'm hoping for a snowball effect, like pick a small thing that's attainable that will make me feel better, and then maybe it'll pick up steam.
Right.
So
I
like,
noticed you have a water bottle.
it is a water bottle, y'all.
She walked in with this water bottle.
It's a
like,
half
real
gallon.
pumped.
It's a half gallon.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
Free advertising. It's called the Hydro Jug. I'm a big fan, and it has a straw.
Okay, so I had one of those from Burn Boot Camp, but
Yeah.
my dog ate it.
The straw or the whole
The
jug?
straw, and then it didn't really work as well with the jug because it was so big that I couldn't lift the water bottle. It was literally like this big. So without the straw, my little dog,
You're like,
my little
"Oh."
birdie ate it.
Well, I have to have a straw because when I try to drink while I'm in the car, I'm like, oh,
Right.
and then
So the water bottle didn't work without that straw. So I might need one of these.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. It's got the little carry strap.
Okay.
Because I don't carry a purse.
Right, you don't.
I don't. And it's got a little thing for cards. So if
That's a great
I
idea.
know. So I'm a big fan. So I was like, it's a half gallon. So if I drink it and then fill it once, that's a whole gallon of water for the day.
That's great.
So this is my small initial goal. And I have to say, I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm waking up more often at night to use the restroom.
Okay. I think that's actually was one of my goals. I'm like, okay,
Waking up to go to the bathroom more often?
That's exactly it. No, water.
Yeah.
I decided, I think instead of being like, I'm not going to do this, I want to do more like I'm proactive.
Okay.
Like
So instead
I
of
want
I'm not going to eat
drink.
fried foods,
Correct.
I'm going to drink. Okay.
I'm going to drink more water and hopefully eat more vegetables. That was it. And then yoga.
Yes.
I feel like I need to start being a little more zen. It's been a year, and I'm like over Christmas break, we got out of school a week early, and now we're not going back for a week.
Same.
So I feel like all of a sudden the kids, and it's been cold, it's been rainy.
It's been rainy. Yep.
I need to figure out how to get into. And I actually, Pam Wilson was on
From Stepping
Stone Haven. She owns the yoga studio, and it's basically like, when are we going?
Okay. Yeah.
It's just like the schedule. Like right now, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
And even actually, we're about to. I'm time stamping us, but
Okay.
next week's podcast, you'll hear little chirping voices in the background because our babysitter canceled last minute because why not?
Yeah.
So the children were here.
Yeah.
So
It was a true mom moment. Like we were doing a podcast and there's a table across the room that you can't see and there's crayons and a chocolate bar and it was a total like real life mom moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they didn't really seem to care that I asked them to be quiet.
No, they were
Few
really
times.
good.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I thought they were great.
They were good. I mean,
them
for
some-
like for like children with that much chocolate in their system, they were great.
Yeah, and for their age, I thought they were
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. They but I've noticed like the older one, they're just like ready to go back to school. And obviously like we've talked about this multiple times. Luckily they're in school. Like we are lucky to have our children in school.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a month of them home, but I'm seeing that he's needing more of that routine. And like my 4-year-old seems like he's getting a little crankier and they're fighting more.
Yeah.
So
It's
anyway.
close quarters.
Yeah, it is.
Do you like talk about goals with your kids?
Not really. I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah.
unless you advise that I should.
No. I just with our oldest one, that was we
Yeah.
had like a talk about, it's 2021.
Mm-hmm.
You're 15. You're going to be 16 in September. Just where are we? Where do you want to go?
Right.
Because I mean, he's a freshman in high school, so he tends to get like a little overwhelmed. We'll talk about college, or he's working on his Eagle Scout, so we'll start talking like that, and just like he gets overwhelmed.
Right.
So it's taking the big picture and breaking it into steps. So that's something that we've been working with him on is because I think that's a life skill, is taking a big goal and chunking it into steps where you're not feeling totally overwhelmed.
Yeah, and I feel who said that? Was it Jennifer Smith?
Maybe.
Yeah. The other thing that I pulled away from her podcast was the gratitude journal. I want to start doing that because I feel like starting the day with the 3 boys is just such chaos. And I'm like, I need to take a few minutes and do that. Could you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I try to.
You try.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to do more I need to be proactive about being more appreciative, I feel like. And just appreciating everything.
Because it puts you in a better head frame. Like, I'm going to start the day by feeling thankful versus I'm going to start the day by feeling
frustrated
or annoyed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, here I go again. Everyone's home and everyone needs everything. And
I was talking about this earlier with our producer, and my kids wake up freakishly early. My oldest, he thinks it's a curse. I think it's a gift. He wakes up between 5:30 and 6:30 every single morning. So they'll hop on the video games, and I'll hear it 6:30 screaming because he broke into my chest and stole my enchanted acorn or something. And I'm like, what? What is happening? What is going on? So there's many times that I wake up to that.
Yeah.
And that's not.
So Chris, my husband, bought for Christmas a old school Nintendo. That's awesome. The old one. I've never played games. But the TV has to plug in a certain way. So the only TV that we can do that to is the one in our bedroom. So he had to pull it really far out from the wall, and it's huge. So he had to pull it all the way out, and then there's cords just coming down. And I walked in the other day, and I was like, so my whole house has been taken over. Now even my bedroom is a gaming station. They were all in there the other day. All I could hear was, what's the Mario sound? That's and I was like, where do I even go right now? There's nowhere. They're taking over.
Yeah, so, I think it was almost a year ago. It was longer than that, maybe 2 years ago. We have a really big master bedroom, and there's a sitting area, and then there's the bedroom area, and there's a fireplace. So I know, it's so fancy. I think we've used the fireplace twice.
That's amazing.
I know. So at one point we had
Does he wear shorty shorts when you were near at the fireplace?
Bill always wears shorty shorts. I know. It's the whole thighs. He's got wonderful thighs. But the bed at one point was in front of the fireplace, and there was a TV above the fireplace, and Bill was like, I'm just not doing the TV anymore. So then we shifted and put the bed in the nook where the sitting area was, and then we put a big sectional couch so we've got a sectional.
Oh my God, in your bedroom.
In our bedroom.
But
then that way when we're in bed, we can't see the TV.
Okay. But see, I'm the one guilty of the TV
That was me.
use.
That was me.
Because I get so tired at night that I just want to lay flat. Even just sitting up like this downstairs on the couch is
it's exhausting.
It's too much for me. Last night, Chris was like, "Are you ready to watch Outlander?" And I was like, "Only if we're in bed. I'm not moving."
Well, you were saying you have problems sleeping. So do you think watching TV right before bed?
Well, stop it.
I'm trying to help you with the goal for next year.
Yeah.
Maybe shutting it off. Because I found for me that was what it was. It was watching TV in bed, and then when I shut it off, I would either have to fall asleep watching the show.
I think honestly, last night I slept amazing. I had 0 wine, and it's not that I drink a lot of wine, but I think even having 2 glasses is
enough
getting
to disrupt your sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I need to get out of that routine because I think it's messing with my sleep a little bit.
Yeah.
But I did talk to the doctor at Brio, and I was telling her about the sleep, and she's like, the sleep specialist will recommend 1 milligram of melatonin.
Only 1?
Only 1, even though they come in usually 3 milligrams. She said
5.
Well, I was taking 10.
Oh, I would take the 5, and then when I can't, and it does work. I will say I'm a huge fan of melatonin.
Yeah.
Just 1 though?
Just 1 milligram and 400 milligrams of magnesium. It's supposed to relax you.
Gosh,
So,
I've been like overdosing
yeah.
on melatonin.
Oh, you're crazy.
But it also tastes really good.
I know the gummy ones.
No, I do the dissolvable melatonins.
Okay. See, I like the little strawberry gummies.
Mm.
We're wild at our house. Yeah, right before I like lay flat and watch my shows.
You pop your melatonin gummy.
No, I put them in my pocket and I go downstairs and I'm like popping my melatonin, my magnesium.
In your pocket?
Yeah, in my
It doesn't
sweatpants
get like
pocket.
fuzzy from the lint in your
No.
pocket. Like, okay,
No.
that's impressive.
Yeah. So yeah, the gratitude journal and more yoga. I think once the boys start like really getting in school, I'm gonna try to do a yoga.
Yeah.
I might even go for a hot yoga class. A little nervous though.
Yeah, it's really good. Just don't drink the night before.
Right.
Key.
Yeah, key. I
Crucial.
won't. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
And don't
besides
have
that-
anything planned to do afterward the first time
Okay.
because you're going to be wiped.
Whew.
It's very sweaty.
See, I don't mind. You still need to come to Burn.
I really hate group exercise.
Oh gosh.
I know. And it seems like so supportive and I want to go. I'm just not like a group exercise fan. Like
Yeah.
someone's going to be in my face and like, you got this, girl. And I'm going to be like, get out of
Get out of here.
Yeah. Sorry. I keep holding my hand up to the camera. Sorry. I'll stop doing that. But yeah, I'm not like, I push myself like really hard
Right.
and I'm
You
really
don't
hard on
need
myself.
Yeah.
I start to get
understand that.
defensive. Like,
Yeah.
you want to fight?
I have told the trainer to leave me alone before.
Okay.
I have.
And I told you like, yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm doing the best I can. Because he'll bring me heavier weights. Because I can't do biceps for some reason. I have like zero bicep strength. And he'll be like, you can do more than that. And I'm like, no, I can't. Just step away, Brandon.
I'm doing the best I can, Brandon. You want me to cry?
Yeah. But yeah, besides that, I'm like, maybe just eat a little bit better. But again, that's something I feel like I'm just going to set myself up for a big failure. So I'm trying not to put...
Same.
It's like water. I'm going to try for the water
Yep.
and take it day by day.
I'm trying for the water and not eating after 7. Those are my two
Yes.
little things
Yes.
that I'm going to try right now. Is 7 o'clock, cut off, like just be done,
Right.
and then lots of water,
Right.
and then hopefully that will snowball. Like, and I can already start feeling better, especially like drinking as much water and yeah.
I know. Yeah. I do notice like when I actually do drink water, I feel a lot better.
Yeah. Do you have work goals?
Yes, and it was funny because last night I was telling Chris, and I was like, my work goal is to do 25% more,
Okay.
and so he said, so what's the plan? And I was like, what? I was like, that's my goal, and he's like, but in order to achieve a goal, you need a plan.
True.
I was like, dear doctor, leave me alone. My plan is to do 25% more and mention it now on the podcast. So I'm going to put the energy out if you need an agent.
There you go.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I didn't know how to answer him. I was just like shoved a cookie in my mouth and like walked away
Yeah.
like an adult.
No, mine is to do more like prospecting and put myself out there. So setting aside like an hour every day to do prospecting or lead follow up. And there's a book I read a long time ago called Go for No. And the whole idea is you typically, when you're like hardcore prospecting, you say, I want to get X number of yeses a day. And the idea is you go for X number of no's. Because think of how many more times you could have made more phone calls or followed up with the leads. So you're putting yourself in that position to be okay with rejection, which is horrifying.
Oh gosh, it is
I know, it's
horrifying.
horrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going for no.
Yeah.
Being okay with no.
I know. I
Because you
think
get more yeses. I think you get more yeses than you realize. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what was the real estate for you last year?
What do you mean?
Were you busier than you thought, or?
No. The year before, much busier than last year.
Yeah.
I think just the whole COVID effect.
Right.
I still have buyers. I have buyers. We're just not enough to buy. I mean,
know.
somebody listed a house on New Year's Eve, and my buyers have been looking for months, but they have very specific criteria, which
I know
is great.
exactly what house you're talking about.
Yeah. Do you really?
Yeah, in Weatherstone.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
No. It's out. No HOA on acreage.
Oh.
And I like buyers who, some people feel bad. They're like, oh my God. Like they text me and they're like, I'm so sorry. It's like New Year's. Can we see this on New Year's Day? Or, oh, I don't want to ruin your time. I was like, no, let's go do this.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Like, you
because
don't have time.
We don't, in this market, you don't have time to not act. I was
No.
like, New Year's Day, we're doing this thing. And it was and I was so happy for them because we've been looking for a while. And
So great.
sometimes people feel like they're bothering us. They're like,
No.
you're never bothering us.
No.
Yeah, no. Like if the house you think is it, let's go and look at it.
Yeah.
And we had looked at some really bummer houses. We looked at some really bummer.
Because they wanted acreage.
Yeah, and no HOA, which
that's
is
tough.
Which is tough.
Mhm.
So the fact that we found it, I was just over the moon for them.
Yes.
Because I mean, it's just a tough housing market.
I
So
know.
I think that affected my numbers last year where I had buyers. There just weren't enough listings. And I had people who wanted to list, but they're like, where are we going to, that's the big thing. We'll list our house, but where are we going to move to?
Right.
So I had a lot of people who are gun shy about listing because they're afraid they're not going to find anything. So I'm hoping inventory kind of catches up this year.
At the last sales meeting, they said, we're really going into real estate here. This
Yeah,
wasn't
sorry.
really planned. Sorry,
Off
everyone.
the rails. Shop talk.
They said that there was more agents than listings.
I believe that.
So, but they, our broker said she never saw that before.
Interesting.
So I thought that was interesting. And I always,
It's a low bar of entry
yeah.
into real estate.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a low bar of entry. Like you take a few classes,
Yeah.
you pass a test, you get a license, and you're like released into the wild,
Oh, and
which is a little
it's scary.
concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I always tell people now, I'm like, if you are looking, get like, I think I was a little more laid back
Yeah.
2 years ago. Like, you can get pre-approved after
No.
we like find the house because it'll take you 2 seconds. And now I'm like, get pre-approved. We need that now.
Well, I think for me, like, again, we'll stop in real estate,
Yeah, I
but
know.
it's like for me, it's like an unethical thing. I personally find it unethical to take somebody out who hasn't been pre-approved because what if I'm showing, like, they say, I want to spend X number of dollars, but what if they get in there and they get pre-approved and realize that they're lower?
Right.
And now I've shown them houses that they can't afford. It's hard to roll that back.
Yeah, that's true.
So I won't take anyone out until they get a pre-approval.
Right.
And especially like my first time home buyers having a serious conversation
with them,
of,
yes,
of,
yes.
what are your finances? What do your bills look like? How much are you paying in rent? Because that's the thing. Rent here in Greenville is expensive.
It is.
So if you're renting,
Especially if you're doing short term.
oh, absolutely. If you're renting, you could probably, especially with mortgage interest rates that are so low right now, you can probably buy and be paying significantly less than what you're paying in rent.
Yeah.
But it's really that walking alongside those first time home buyers to make
Right.
sure that they really have a good idea of what they're walking into when they buy a house.
Yeah. Yeah. What about other goals you have?
Um,
So we'll get off the real estate
yeah.
train. But just know we're here, guys.
do you have any like marriage goals?
We need to take a trip. Like
Ooh.
Chris and I. We
Together,
need
alone.
Yeah.
So important.
We it actually like popped up on my little Facebook memory. It's been 2 years since we went anywhere together.
I need that.
Yeah, and so we've had the baby and then it was quarantine and it's just so hectic at home. I feel like he's said so many times, it's just you need that time to just and not dinner.
Yeah.
Going out to dinner, and having to be home in an hour and a half, sometimes it really just is not enough.
Yeah.
And so we need like 2 nights away.
Yeah.
Just to, because even
Be
one
naked.
night I feel
For extended periods of time.
Yeah.
I always take it there, don't I?
You do.
I do. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's very important.
He's gonna be like, be more like Ashley, Jen. He's gonna love that you just said that. What would Ashley do? But yeah, like we do. We need to go somewhere and just
Reconnect.
reconnect.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like the exhaustion, even as like a mom, like Bo's one, it's just like by the time I get him down and then the older boys are still awake and they set up the game room in my bedroom and it's like
Dude, you're like, hey Chris, and he's like, dude.
yeah. Yeah. So that's just for us, like a trip somewhere at some point. It doesn't even have to be, it can be like a staycation for all I care.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
So luckily Tripp is now our oldest, old enough. He's 15.
Oh my gosh.
So like I wouldn't leave them overnight, but he's old enough for like us to do dinner. So we probably do dinner once, if not twice a week alone.
Oh, wow.
Bill and
Yeah.
I, which has
That's
been
nice.
fantastic.
So I can drop the boys off at your house
Yeah,
then.
sure. Tripp's all about it.
Yeah, all 3. There'll be 6 kids in your house.
They would probably be fine. I don't know.
They probably would be fine.
probably would.
We'll try it out
Yeah.
tonight.
We'll see what happens.
I'll drop them off.
Trip's gonna be like, I can't believe you threw me under the bus. But he's old enough that he can watch the younger two while we do a quick, 2-hour dinner. So that's
Well, I
been-
started babysitting when I was 14.
Yeah,
but
but it's
boys
different
are-
when it's your siblings.
Oh, you're right.
It's like the fight
Yeah, you're
factor.
right.
So like we've threatened them because our boys hate going anywhere. They hate going to the grocery store. They hate going out to dinner. Like you give them any option.
So funny. The boys love to go out to dinner.
Really, my kids hate it.
They love it.
That's so funny.
And the funniest thing is we'll go, well, obviously this is one of their favorites. And I'm always like, we're not, the fireplace, Miyabi's. The fireplace.
Okay.
So Miyabi's because they like when they cook.
Yeah.
But that's expensive.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel,
Okay.
the toys.
Yeah. Yeah. And the
So-
candy. I
and
get
the
it.
candy.
I
So
get
they
it.
like to go there. And Waffle House.
The
Which-
awful waffle. Yeah.
Like
Every
they-
once in a while, you gotta like,
Yeah.
yeah, grease up the system.
And then the other favorite place, Bubba Annie's.
Oh,
They
over
call
on
it-
Pelham and 14
They call it the dog place.
because it's got the dog logo.
But it also has pictures of dogs all over the restaurant. So they're always like, can we go to the dog place?
That's so funny.
It's
My
hilarious.
kids
They love it.
hate going out to dinner.
Mhm.
For them, it's like torture. They will cry. They whine the whole way to dinner. So I'll tell them, you guys can stay home,
Mhm.
but you have to get along with each other. And the first couple times, like they would call me like, so-and-so said this or
Yeah,
so-and-so,
yeah.
or they took my enchanted acorn or whatever it is on Minecraft. And so I told them, I was like, here's the deal. If you can't get along, not only will you have to go out with us for dinner, but we're going to go run errands and I'm going to go and buy bras. And you're all going to have to stand there while I buy a bra. And feel super uncomfortable. And so now they behave very well at home
That's
together.
so great. So
just
lots
threaten
of
them.
threats.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we're not there yet. I fully anticipate
Like
that
they're like
day.
horrified. Like when we have to sort laundry and they have to like touch my underwear
Oh,
or my
no,
bra,
no.
they're like, oh.
Oh, no, they're not there yet.
And like even Matt, he was like, Mom's underwear is amazing because it's like this big, and when she puts it on, it's like, and I was like,
That's so great.
and my husband was like, oh my god.
Oh, yeah. The other day, this has nothing to do with anything but Bennett. He said, Mom, you look so beautiful in this picture. It was from 16 years ago. I was like, oh, it was a college photo.
Yeah.
And then I did the math and I was like, that was 16
Yeah,
years ago.
Yeah.
Like that's upsetting.
it is.
So yeah, we're gonna the next week we're gonna have the esthetician on.
Yep.
So just going back to that, I think like after I finished breastfeeding Bo 2 months ago. I was like, I'm gonna just really start trying to do like more me stuff and just kind of. I even told Chris like I might even go speak to a therapist.
Oh,
I don't really know why.
no, it's good.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, I do the therapy thing.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good just to have a sounding board or someone to like call you on your crap sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I don't want them to call me my crap.
Mm.
I want them to say you're perfect and you're
and it's
correct.
your kids are bad and your husband's wrong.
Yeah. You're a princess.
No, I think it's really good. Yeah.
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 So I think that's actually one of my goals. Is to
I'm always
bite the
impressed when
bullet.
people don't go to therapy. I'm like, what kind of like well-adjusted childhood did you have that you
Right.
don't? I'm like always baffled when people don't need therapy.
Yeah. I mean, clearly,
Maybe
I
that's
think
just
I
me.
do. So that's one of my goals. I'm
Okay.
going to do that too.
You better get on the therapy thing now. It took forever.
Oh.
I was on a waiting list for a long time.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to like shortcut and like I wanted somebody good.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I need your
So
person.
it took a while. Yeah.
Is
She's
it
awesome.
She's a girl. Okay.
Yeah. In Five Forks. She's good.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Yep.
So, yeah. How about anything else?
Oh yeah, so the marriage goals. I think it's Bill does like really nice things for me all the time. Like
Oh my gosh, so does Chris.
we call him the coffee fairy.
Oh, okay.
So like there are times that I wake up and it happens more often than not, and there's a cold brew
Oh my
right next
gosh.
to my side of the bread because
Oh
he
my
wakes up
gosh.
so early.
Yeah, right.
So like the coffee fairy comes and leaves me
Oh
cold
my
brew.
gosh,
I know.
that's so nice.
I know. Yeah, I know.
So
He
is
does-
your goal to be more like that?
yeah, maybe be the coffee fairy for him more often.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. He does like really, and he buys me flowers all the time.
Mhm.
All the time. Yeah. He does very thoughtful things. And I'm like, here's your dinner. Here's your dinner.
Are we twins? Actually, I'm not even like, here's your dinner.
He's like,
I'm like, the kids ate. What are we gonna do? And he's like, here's your flowers.
I know. And I'm like, your laundry's upstairs. How about you put it away?
Oh, man. I hope he doesn't listen to this.
So I know. So my marriage goals are to be as nice to Bill as Bill is to me.
So, yeah, Chris is all about the, like, small gestures.
Yes. Yeah.
Or large. Like, he like, my friends cannot handle it. He goes shopping for me all the
Like
time.
for clothes?
All the time.
Seriously?
Oh.
That's like danger territory.
It is because, well, I think what happened was he was tired of looking at my stuff. Probably because I was not shopping like ever because of the kids, and he'd be like, here's a new sweater. And so then he actually does really good.
Wow.
But yeah, he's been into Southern Girl Chic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he got me this.
I think Bill would be so scared to come home and like, I got this in a small size 4. Wink. I think you'd be horrified to like actually go like shopping for me.
Right, because if he gets you too small of a size or too large of a size.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
You have to
total
like
bait.
write the size down. Right.
But then it varies by store
It does.
and brand. Like you never know. Yeah.
He also, Chris, is
Wait,
funny.
have you done love languages? Have you ever taken the love language test thing?
I can't decide my love language
What
or
do
if
you
I
think
even
it is?
have a love language.
All of them.
I'm
My
pretty-
love language is all of them.
Yeah.
I'm acts of service.
I think
Like,
that's
that's
actually
how-
probably mine.
Yeah.
And
Because I'm always short on time. So when he does
Yes.
something that helps me like take something off my plate, I'm
Yes.
super appreciative of that.
yes, and I think we're like not on this. We definitely don't have the same.
No,
So I
Bill's
think-
like physical touch, and I'm like,
Same. I don't even know how I'm married because I don't know if I have any love language. I don't really. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I'm going to talk about this in therapy.
This is why you need therapy.
No, I just I'm not a very.
When is the
like-
marriage therapist coming on?
I know. So actually, it's really funny. We will talk about this. And Chris and I did go to therapy like years ago, and it was about like love language and stuff. But we also had to like rate each other on certain things because I think he was saying sometimes you think you're so great at something, but maybe the reality is that your partner doesn't
Think
think
that
the
good
same.
at all?
So we had to like rate each other. And me and my dad still quote this, but I got an F in romance
Oh no.
and an A in cleaning. And I was like, yes! So clear. And then like I would rate him the exact opposite. Like he gets an F in cleaning
and an
and
A.
an A in romance.
So you balance each
So
other
we
out.
balance each other out.
That's important.
But we're very opposite.
Okay.
But I thought that was a win.
Yeah.
An A in cleaning.
I mean, I get that. Like Bill's very romantic, and like I showed you before the shows. Bill's like, "Hey, baby, you're beautiful," and I'm like, "Thanks."
Oh, Bill.
I get so awkward.
You did tell me to embarrass Bill the other day.
I know. Yeah, she went to see Bill for an appointment, and he gets
He's an eye doctor.
Yeah, and so he's like all up close in people's faces all the time. He's like,
Yeah.
and he gets very paranoid after lunch that the patient can tell like exactly what he ate. So I was like, tell Bill he smells like barbecue.
So he did. He came in, and his two like
The
workers.
scribe and his tech. Yep.
They and I was like, oh, it smells so good in here. It's like barbecue. And he was like, I couldn't see his whole face, but his eyes widened, and he was like, and I was like, ha. And I was like, your sweet wife told me to say that.
He gets really paranoid. Like he'll brush his teeth and like scope
It's so
and all.
funny.
Yeah, super paranoid.
So
I mean,
we're
could you
both
imagine being
super
that
romantic?
close to?
Yeah.
We're both very romantic.
I
Yeah.
know. I always joke that I get everything from my dad, but he's always like, A and cleaning, F and romance. So yeah, I think like for Chris, maybe I should start doing little like gestures.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what to do.
'Cause I always
I
egg
just
on-
lack. I just
It's
fully-
harder for a guy. I mean,
I
just,
think so too. Like, what am I gonna buy him flowers?
No, I think it's more about like you show up in lingerie or.
God, stop.
I know.
I don't need
That's what he
I
wants.
just- I don't.
I'm
I
trying to
know.
help you,
Believe me,
Chris.
I do know that. He always tells me.
Trying to help
I know. I just can't. Can I just show up in my sweatpants?
I mean, like, are they
Like-
sexy sweatpants?
They're really large and gray.
Probably not doing it.
I like my large sweatpants and my large sweatshirt.
Hmm.
And I think that's great. With my big slippers. With my melatonin in my pocket.
And you're gummy.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Again, I don't know why I'm married.
Yeah. No, but it's the little things. You know, it's the little things in marriage. Like I always egg Bill on because I'll call him like, "What are you doing?" If I'm at work and he's
Mhm.
home, he's like, "I'm doing dishes," and I'm like, "Tell me more.
See, I
Are
would
you
never.
gonna sweep the floors too?" Like, that does it for me. Are
Yeah.
you gonna fold the laundry and put it away? Like,
Yeah. See,
tell me more.
he doesn't do any of that stuff. We need to work on that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you egg him on like that, it's positive reinforcement.
Mhm.
You got to give that positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll work on that.
Uh-huh.
That's hilarious.
Marriage goals, marriage therapy with Ashley.
We're gonna.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm never gonna give marriage advice. Not over here.
How long
I'm
have
just
you
not
been
like a touchy. 11 years.
Okay.
It'll be 12 years. I'm not like a touchy feely
I'm not
person.
either. I'm not either.
Like my sister like always tries to torture me and like touch me, and I'm like, like I don't like being touched
Yeah, I'm the same.
by anyone.
Yeah,
Just kind of a,
yeah.
I guess a troll. I don't
Like
know.
that's why, like the one good thing that came out of COVID is I don't have to give people fake hugs this year.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. So true.
It's awful.
It is.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But besides that, I mean, that's really all the goals I had. I guess I don't really have big.
What is it? Aim for the star. Aim for the moon, and you land upon the
The
stars.
I'm like, drink more water. Go see a therapist.
Go out with my husband.
And do 25% more
25%
with real estate.
with no plan.
I can't wait to check back in with no plan.
At the end of the year.
Yes.
Yep. We're gonna see where we are.
But I feel like I have gotten busier.
Yeah.
So, I think it might, I actually exceeded my goals last year, which was
And so
surprising.
we talked about this by text where like you feel like the ball is really starting to get rolling. And I think
is.
by doing this podcast, whether y'all believe it or not, I think when people match your energy. Like, and I don't
Right.
want to get all like crystal new age because that's not where I'm at. But I do think if you have a high energy level,
Yes.
people feed off of that and they're attracted to it and they want to be part of that too. And I think
Right.
that's what people are responding to you. And especially, you know, I talked about it off the air, but I wanted to say it on air, that infertility show, so important. And I think the response that we had shows like when you're raw and vulnerable,
Yeah.
it's such a difficult topic, and
Right.
you ladies handled it so well, and it was just
Well,
very
they
touching.
also just had like the craziest stories.
Yeah.
We had so much feedback
Yes.
with that one. That was like wild how much just personal messages I was getting. And
So
I
maybe the goal is to put yourself out there more this year.
yeah.
Be vulnerable.
And I think this podcast has been a good
Mm.
platform, and a few people have been like, just, keep it up. And
Yeah.
it's like helpful, these topics you're talking about. Obviously today's more just a
Ramblings.
ramblings by Jen and Ashley. But we will have good shows coming
Yeah.
up. So
Goal
I
is
do,
to bring good content. There we
yeah,
go.
good content. So if
Yep.
anybody has ideas on content that they want to hear, we would love to hear from you. We are going to hopefully have an advocate for child trafficking. Come on.
Not an advocate for child
Oh,
trafficking.
God, I said that so backwards. Thank you. Against child trafficking. I think she's with Switch, possibly.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm calling her, but that's going to be a
And a
topic.
financial advisor.
Financial advisor.
Marriage therapist. We've got some good stuff coming up here.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
We talked about having like a chef on.
Yes.
So we have a few good topics coming up. So anyway, I think
Big goals.
Yeah.
Hydration.
hydration.
Doing nice things for our husbands.
Yes, and more sales.
25% more.
25% more.
And good content.
Please, everyone, please make that happen for me so I can tell Chris that it's
Who
happening.
needs a plan?
He needs a plan. Put it out there.
Just set a goal and it happens.
I said it. Actually, but if you say it out loud,
Yeah.
it's so much more likely to happen, apparently.
Yep. True.
So gratitude journal, hydration, small gestures, 25% more.
Good content.
Good content. The big five.
Burp, burp.
But thank you, everybody, for joining us. And again, if you have any content ideas, we would love to hear from you. Any feedback, anything.
Tell us what your goals are, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are here. So thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to 2021 with you. Thanks for tuning in.